Why do people, relatives, friends, and strangers alike, insist on telling me my kids look just like me? I always felt they took more after their mother. This happened with both my sons, and it was universal. It never failed. Every time I'd introduce my tiny offspring to somebody, they'd chime in, "Oh, he looks just like you." Now, I'm a cynic, so I always assume they were just reassuring me that my sons are mine, that my wife honored her vow and was faithful. I found it condescending. The thought of the missus stepping out has never crossed my mind. I trust her with all my heart. I know that that's not how they intend it to come across, but that's how I take it. I couldn't help it. Like I said, I'm a cynic. I'm not alone though. I looked it up, and it's a thing. Online there are dozens of posts of mothers complaining that people say their bundles of joy look like the father and not them. Men are told more than women that their mini-me's look like them. And apparently, it's true. A 1982 report by Morton Daly and Margot Wilson in Ethology and Sociobiology says that people are biased to say that a child looks like dad because of an evolutionary advantage. A father is believed to be more committed and willing to provide resources to his child. Nicholas Christenfeld and Emily Hill, in an issue of Nature, state, "The variability of babies' faces is more similar to the variability of a father's face than the mother's. Facial morphology of a baby is more determined by the father than the mother. If the father recognizes the infant as his own, he is more likely to care for it." That study has numbers to back up the theory too. Group members correctly matched about 50% of infants with fathers, but struggled to match mothers, getting a much lower accuracy rate of around 38%. However, as a child grew older, he'd take more after his mother. So it turns out that my cynicism is backed up by science. Whether consciously or not, they were trying to reassure me that my little whippersnappers were mine. No, not to make me feel good or proud, but to protect my kids. But apparently it's true. A child looks more like their fathers as an infant. Now that is fascinating. Nature recognizes men as jerks. I can't argue with that, but I can say I will do my best to take care of my kids and protect them. And that's from my heart, and not some instinctual evolutionary desire to propagate my lineage. And no, I'm not going to look up the science of how males in most species selfishly care for their progeny to ensure the survival of their pedigree. I do it out of love. Please, don't prove me wrong.